Hey y'all, hey greetings. I am Dr. Mirasenko for Quality. Oops, I'm dropping stuff. And I am. Hopefully, let me make sure that I'm. Can y'all see me? Can y'all hear me? Okay, I want to make sure. Can y'all hear me? Me. Okay, anyway. So, greetings. Greetings and good morning, dear. You. Happy top of the hour for you, top of the top. Okay. I have not woken my son yet. I've been up since I don't know, like 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna start breakfast so it can be kind of fresh, and I'll be waking him up in 30 minutes. So I'm not gonna be on here for long. And then my husband's like, "Why your lives be too long?" I'll be like, "Well, just because people be coming in." He's like, "No, you need to do short lives." So I was like, "Okay." It makes sense because y'all, don't be on here like that long. So, anywho, I want to discuss a couple of things. I have a confession to make, but let me just see before I get started all the way. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me because part of the problem was okay, cool. All right. So y'all can hear me. I did look okay. So, anywho, I want to somewhat discuss what's going on, my confession. So here's my confession, y'all. I feel so bad. Um, I guess that was it Sunday night or Monday night or I don't know. Around the time when my Jazzy Life was on there talking about when she was basically talking about DCS calling her and asking her about the videos. And let me tell y'all why I felt bad. Please like and share the video. I'm not gonna be on here long, but please let everybody else know what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And please, I'm humble in that sense. But I felt really bad because I felt like she does not know how to read the room, and like she energy vampired me, right? She straight energy vampired me. Whereas I felt really bad because I felt like why would I allow I'm just gonna start breakfast. Let me take y'all with me. Hold on a second. I'm gonna walk down these steps with this. Okay, so I felt bad because I felt like I couldn't believe she didn't couldn't read the room and couldn't understand that like she is self sabotaging herself. I felt like how could she not know? And then I began to start thinking about it. I said, well, I really believe in my heart of all hearts, and y'all have to excuse me because I'm not no lazy person. I actually do clean up my house, so y'all gonna probably hear the washer, the dryer going. And the reason why that is because it's necessary to keep clothes clean. So, anywho, and I do wash clothes every day. I know a lot of people may not, but in my household, you have to. With the COVID and everything coming out, I do happen to wash clothes every day. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't because of COVID, it's just the way I got down. But anywho, I felt bad because I felt like, how does she not know that it's not people that's necessarily plotting on her like she thinks it is? It's more or less that she does not know how to read the room and she is self-sabotaging herself. And I felt so bad because I felt like she was having I don't want to say manic attack. I'm just going to say she was having, it felt like she was having, that having, uh, she was having an episode and she was like really spiraling out of control right before my very eyes. And I just felt so bad. I'm like, oh my God, that is bad. I can't believe that this is happening to her. And I almost fell into it, right? I almost felt like, dang, another sister. We don't want to, my blackness, my ethnic, my Afrocentricity energy like began to start kicking in because I felt like, oh my God, I can't. be sitting up here talking about this black woman or black young sister, and she's clearly spiraling out of control, and she's clearly doesn't see that the way she treats her children is not in the best light. And then I felt like really bad because I started looking. I was like, oh my gosh, she does not know how to be loved. She can't. How can she give love and she's never really been shown love? And so I'm telling you, I felt really bad. I almost came to tears. Y'all hear me? I am a Taurus, okay? And we do have, well, it could be our enemy, and we will go after you as the enemy, and we will bring you down, but then we'll feel bad about it. We'll feel bad. You know what I mean? It's really weird. Um, because we just want to be left alone and we want to have peace. And so, I just really wanted to have peace, and I really didn't want to be on. And then I was like, well, dang, I didn't want to be on the so-called bandwagon, but guess what, y'all? Hell no. Like, cooler minds and cooler hearts began to look like, nah, hell no, hell no, 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 no. This chick is tripping. No, she being funny. She knows doggone well that she's just playing on the heartstrings. You know what I mean? She knows exactly what she's doing. Because I remember thinking back, just because a person has certain mental ailment does not mean that they don't know, when they're taking advantage of people. You know what I mean? This is like, like a baby. A baby knows that when they cry, that somebody eventually is going to come running. Even if they don't really necessarily want, like milk or to be changed. They want to be picked up. So they know for a fact, remember that movie, Look Who's Talking? So when the baby start crying, guess what happens? Somebody goes and picks the baby up. They're like, oh, that's all I gotta do is cry, and they come running to my every whim. So that's how I just began to start looking at Jasmine. So even if a person is naive, they still can know full well that they're taking advantage of people. And so I really began to start looking at her and understanding that she is taking full well advantage of people, knowing full damn well that her ass, even if she is spiraling out of control, she know damn full well that everything in her life, and she can sit back and lie to herself, or she can lie to her mama. She can get all this empathy, and her chat can tell her all these lies and lie to her and tell her the truth. Jasmine just wants somebody to lie to her and not tell her the truth, because her whole damn life has been a damn lie. Her whole damn life, people have lied to her and not told her what it was. You know what I mean? Because they was in fear of destroying her. And a lot of times, we have to be honest with our children. We have to look at our children. And I'm not saying we have to always be, that's the dry, y'all. We don't always have to be mean, to be honest. If your child comes to you and your child can draw, and your child comes to you with an ugly drawing, and let's be honest, I know that's your child, and you could go, that's a nice drawing. You could be like, hey, that's nice, but can you draw? But I know for a fact you can draw better. You can do better than that. Let's do it better for mommy, and let's do better for yourself. And you want to teach your children to live up to their full potential. My Jazzy life was never taught to live to her full potential. My Jazzy's life was always allowed to scapegoat and skate by and utilize people to do everything for her. And even if you have a mental problem, and I've been around some women who've had children who had Down syndrome, and even with my grandson being autistic, we still push him to be the best person that he could possibly be. And even if we tell him that's good, but I know you can do better. You're not lying to them. You're encouraging them. You don't have to lie to your child. You can encourage them. You don't have to make them feel dumb, because they're not. You don't have to make a kid feel dumb. But what you do have to do is you got to be honest with it. And sometimes children, my grandson, even though he's autistic, he can take honesty. And we give him honesty. We don't give him a lie. Because if you keep telling the child that they can sing, knowing full well they cannot sing, what's going to end up happening is they going to go on a show and embarrass the hell out of themselves and embarrass the whole damn family. How about that? Now, you tell me I'm tripping because I'm telling y'all that this girl been lying to her whole damn life, and it's all her parents' fault. That is her parents' fault that they can't be honest with her. And now she goes out here on social media, embarrasses her children, embarrasses herself, and she's constantly embarrassing herself all for a damn check. And so you tell me that that's okay. You tell me that I'm tripping. You tell me that her parents or family members ain't got the a lick of sense to tell this girl that that this is not okay. You know, it's certain things that you cannot tolerate as a grandmother, as a grandparent. If your children, and I don't give a damn how much you love your child, but as a grandmother, let me tell you something. When my granddaughter, and not the, I mean not granddaughter, but when my daughter, she don't abuse my son, my grandson, or anything like that. But when I see her doing certain things that I don't like, that's in concern of my grandchildren or any of my children in concerns of my grandchildren, I'm gonna say something, and I don't give a damn what y'all talking about. I don't give a damn what nobody talking about. I don't care how they feel. It's going down. I'm opening my mouth and I'm gonna speak the truth. And I don't give a damn if they don't like it. Okay? So at some point in time, you as a grandparent have to tell the damn truth. And sometimes you gotta stop the damn lying because it's not gonna fulfill that child. You're doing a disservice to that child. You're doing a disservice to your kid that you can't even be honest with them because you worried about them being in their life. Well, hell, if you don't want me in your life, then you don't want me in life. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're not getting ready to mistreat my grandchildren. You're not getting ready to mistreat me. You're not getting ready to have me doing everything I could possibly do in my life to fulfill you, to make you feel better, but then you make me feel worse. Hell no. That's not what's going to happen. And I'm telling you that ain't right. And people can sit up here and lie and keep lying to her and keep allowing her to just run amok on them. And even her chat is not honest with her. And there's some people, and this is what I pointed out with my girl friend when I was telling friend, like, hey sis, look at this right here. See how her chat is trying to tell her dumb, stop doing XYZ, but no, not my Jazzy life. My Jazzy life don't want to hear when people's trying to tell her the truth. But then she asks. She one of them type of people that she'll ask you, well, what you think about this? And then you tell her the truth, and she like, oh, I don't care. You know what I mean? Hell no, well, don't ask you dumb. Don't ask me if you know so damn much. And I've had clients like that. They're like, look, you called me. You paid me to tell you the truth. Now, either you gonna listen or you're not. That's on you. I'm only gonna send you to walk down the lane. What I ain't gonna do, y'all, I have covers I'm stepping over. That's why you hear me go, so I don't fall. Because y'all know I'm accident prone. But, you know, you're not gonna have me keep on trying to tell you and talk some sense into you. You only got 30 minutes or however long you got. I'm just gonna tell you what it is, and either you gonna listen or you not. That's on your life. It's not my life. I don't have to walk around with your skin. I don't have to walk around in your body. I don't have to clug around and try to be something that I'm not, because I'm not you. Okay? So my Jazzy life is just one of them type of people that you just shake your head and just throw whatever. That's all on her. And so if it wasn't, let's be honest, because nobody else want to be honest with her. If it wasn't for my shabby life and all these other people who get video with her, not that they changed her face, not that they changed the name or anything like that, but they showed her herself. They gave her a mirror of herself, and because they gave a mirror of herself, she had to try to change certain things, so she couldn't do certain things that she usually do to her children. Let's be honest, okay? And then I was so pissed off at her when she started talking about autistic. Like she can't. You can still be a functioning autistic person. You know what I mean? Autistic people have done millions of things. A lot of autistic people are geniuses, whether she knows it or not, with a silly self. And then what pissed me off also was the fact that she's sitting up here arguing with the caseworker. That caseworker, you know how hard that job is, y'all? I know there are some bad caseworkers out there. There really are. I ain't gonna lie. But that job is so hard. That job is incredibly hard. Do you understand that they get death threats in a lot of cases? Do you understand that they don't know what they up against when they have to go to somebody's house? You know what I mean? Sometimes they have to call the law. Okay? And the fact that, and then I feel sorry for her teacher, for them teachers that have to deal with her as a parent. Do you know my mother and a lot of people in my family, one of my mothers was a school teacher, and actually my mother now, my other mother works at a daycare, so she does have students that she teaches well, preschoolers, okay? And what I'm saying to y'all, this is hard work. When you have to deal with a child, if the child don't exactly come in up to par, my mother who raised me used to bring home her students. Like the students that really didn't have much, she would give them my old clothes. She would buy them brand new clothes. And she had to deal with parents ignorant as hell, like my Jazzy life, because I know she was one of those ignorant parents. And I don't mind an overzealous parent. Let me tell you something, because I'm an overzealous parent where I'm really involved with my child's education. And I talk to my children, I talk to my son's teachers. I do homeschool him, but he goes online as well. Okay, so I do have communication with them all the time, okay? Because I want to make sure my son is getting the best education you possibly can. My Jazzy life never talks about, educating her child. And she knows full goddamn well that even if she had said on there, she should have said, well, hey, can y'all have y'all children subscribe to my daughter on TikTok? Because I know majority of the people that watch her are mommies or grandparents. Can you have your grandchildren or your children subscribe to me on TikTok? And furthermore, let me take it back. Furthermore, you're not supposed to be on TikTok under 13. Now, her and her daughter can do a channel. But she can't. That little girl is only 10 years old. And like, you don't, the little girl, and do y'all recall last year where she said, the little girl was basically saying that people made fun of her, and my Jazzy Life children said that they were struggling in their classes. Like, how the hell you gonna struggle in a class and think you gonna be on some damn TikTok? Social media, I know for a lot of times, social media is turning into like the new basketball. It's like really stereotypical. Here, Black people, we always have to do something stereotypical. And it's just, what about becoming an engineer or a scientist or a psychologist or, I'm sorry, I'm scraping this oatmeal. My son likes oatmeal. I'm making oatmeal and I'm also making waffles and I'm making this vegan sausage. It's like little patty. And then I'm gonna make some, and I got some fruit in here. So sorry about that if y'all hear the little scraping. I'm trying to, I feel my son get a full meal. Okay. Unless we just in a rush. But anyway, I'm saying, and taco, not taco, this dang old thing is fast. This waffle fast. Oh my God. Anyway, so It doesn't make no sense for her to set up here and always having just a stereotypical basketball. Here, take this ball, inward, go room. Here, go, do TikTok because that's the only kind of talent you got. Here, become a rapper. That's all black folks do. We don't never, I would like to see more of us becoming. Why don't you encourage our children to do good in school so therefore they can get them a job? Because social media might not be like that for her children when they get older. You understand what I'm saying? You don't know. So why not prepare them and get them a backup plan? You don't never hear her talking about educating her children. You don't ever see her really helping them out with homework. Do they even have homework? Okay. You don't ever see her trying to encourage them to do something differently. Even soccer, track, something other than basketball, something other than TikTok and social media. Why can't they become tutors? Why don't she teach them how to become tutors or teachers or, photographers, arts? It's so many, or creating something. Hell, I don't know. Anything but that. Why don't she teach them how to become entrepreneurs? Find the talent that they do. I don't care. I don't want my daughter. I wouldn't want none of my children to follow her children anyway. I would be upset if my son wanted to follow her. I'd be like, why do you want to follow her? She's not doing anything that I want my child to want. First of all, we vegetarians over here. Secondly, my son, is in school and he actually has a parent that really stays in tune with what he's trying to do. And he gets a lot of attention. He probably gets too much damn attention because I ain't gonna lie, he's spoiled. But that's not the point. The point is that, take pride in it. Take pride in what you're trying to do and try to turn things around. Don't you want if you're getting so much hate on social media, why in the hell would you want your daughter to experience the same shit that you get? When you want your daughter's channel to be private, when you want your daughter to have a normal lifestyle rather than you and to have to deal with social media. And she's lying when she tells y'all that she keeping track of what her daughter do. That's a goddamn lie. Excuse my French. Got damn, not God. If I say God, sorry, but got damn lie. It is. Because we know for a fact that Philip had talked about it on one of his videos. If y'all go back, y'all will see Philip and his family was basically getting on that little girl about going on social media. My Jazzy Life does not pay attention to little children because half of the time they be locked in the room. They used to be locked in a room. You know what I mean? She's just now letting them out because everybody started getting on her head about locking them on because she had that little door lock where they couldn't get out, which is why their rooms would be like ramshack, right? You know, we got to be honest. We got to be honest. And, somebody does need to intervene with her children, with her mommy and scale. Somebody do. I'm not wishing upon her that her children should be taken. I don't believe that. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is she needs some parenting classes. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with taking parenting classes. I wish I had taken parenting classes when I raised my first set of children. I did actually take parenting classes with my son, though. But I wish I had because I made a lot of mistakes. And I had to apologize to my children because of the mistakes I made because of the way my parents raised me pretty good. But you got to remember, my parents were old school from Mississippi. You understand what I'm saying? So it was different back then. Now we see the effects of how even on down to punishment, even on down to corporal punishing our children. We can't corporal punish them anymore. You know what I mean? You can't beat your children. You get, even spankings are outlawed in some certain cities. You know what I mean? So now they tell you to take away stuff. My Jazzy Life, for a fact, we know my Jazzy Life does not take things away from those children. And like even when she was upset and Legendary was trying to lay on her, she was angry and she was pushing them off. You know what I mean? and stuff like that. And every time she gets mad at other people, she takes it out on her children. Every time she gets mad at Chris, she takes it out on social media. Every time her and Chris have a disagreement, and you can kind of tell, she's taking it out on other people. Now we're not gonna play this game. Now we're not gonna play like my Jazzy life is not. She doesn't have abusive energy. She does. I'm not saying she abused her children, but what I am gonna say is that she's she's borderline. And according and looking at them, judging by those videos that were put together, it doesn't help her case. And if they were to CPS were actually able, they would. If they kept looking at those videos, them children probably would be removed. I'm being honest with you. If she was in my state, those children would have been removed, and she would have had to. They would have had to go to a kinship, and they would have had to. She would have had to take parenting classes and go through a whole bunch of stuff to get her children back. I'm telling you. They would have worked with her, but she would have definitely had them removed. And they would not be allowed to have social media. They too young to have social media. Who the hell is thinking about at 10 years old having social media? It's okay. It's one thing to be on your parents' account, right? It's certain things. Like my son got an email address because you know why he got an email address? So he can watch YouTube videos because he's a gamer. He likes that. And even with him being a gamer, I still don't let him play his game on the weekday. On the weekends, maybe. Not even on Fridays. I stopped him from playing on Fridays. I'm like, no, you need to be reading a book. You got a lot of stuff to do. He has a lot of homework. We have to go through not just homework, but I'm also educating him with other stuff just to make sure that his reading doesn't fail. Making sure that he's on part because I don't want my son to be just a stereotypical because he likes basketball. There's nothing wrong with him liking basketball. But if let's say if he decides that he wants to play basketball at the appropriate age, guess what he gonna be doing too? I'm gonna make sure he get his college degree. I'm going to really instill that all of my children have trades. You know, whether it's college, even no matter where they work at, all my children have jobs. All of them have some type of trades. Okay, my daughter even is a. By the way, y'all, my daughter is a hand model, a hand and feet model, but she also has a job, a regular job. You know what I mean? She's in the same field that I was in when I was working. She's in the healthcare field. But she also is a hand and feet model. So she is on social media, but she's grown. She's in her 30s. You know, and I'm not saying that, it's a lot of children that are on social media. But what I'm saying is that is not majority of children that's on social media or that has social media accounts, majority of them do have backup plans. Their parents are making sure they're homeschooling. Their parents are making sure that they're educated. They're making sure that they can read. You know what I mean? That how important is that? How you have to. All those children need, and this is all due respect. But my son used to get speech therapy. All right, just to share that with you. But I know for a fact that those children don't have speech therapy. The younger two do, but them older two need speech therapy as well. She has to give them speech therapy as well. So how are you gonna be on social media talking when you still need speech therapy? But hell, my Jazzy Life and Philip can barely speak. Let's be honest. And I'm not mad at those children. I'm mad at those parents that's not taking time out to try to get them the best speech therapy possible. All that money, that's exploitation. She keeps saying she's not exploiting her children. She are. And that's why she had a gasket. That's what that whole thing was about. She was really upset because of the fact that they said something to her about that TikTok situation because she didn't want her, because she was upset that her daughter can't be on TikTok. What in the hell? It's other things besides that. Why would you be upset just because they won't let your daughter too young? Do you know all these predators? And her dad is a predator. I mean, excuse me. I know that they say you can't say that. Pedo. Sorry. I mean, and he has to register. So we're not gonna act like you know. She should be more conscious of that. You know what I mean? Like I would never like if her children were my children's friend, my child would not be allowed to go up to her house because of the fact that her father is a pedo. You know what I mean? Because he has to he has to register. Uh, and also, let me break this down to you. And this is according to what was pulled up his record, because he has read a ex offender, right? So we have to be honest about that, you know. And then the fact that I wouldn't, it's just certain things I don't like. I don't want roaches to come back to my house, because she does have roaches. And we're not going to act like she don't have roaches and she's yelling at those children because they said it was a bug. It was a roach. We're not going to play like that. Now, if you had just moved into that apartment, I mean, I've been places where you just moved in and you got to do a bomb to get rid of roaches and things like that. When you just move in, things happen. That's more understandable. That's still not understandable, but it's more understandable that you have to get rid of stuff when you first move in. Versus you've been there. Why do you have that? And if you stay in an apartment, other people might have roaches and it might get to you. But oh no, the landlord would have to come over there and spray everybody's stuff, because there'd be no way I'd be living there, and they would have to put them out. They got roaches. Let's be real. And so to me, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It didn't make a whole lot of sense that she would have roaches at this stage. And it just goes back to her not taking care of that house. The only time she clean up is when she's doing clean with me. We're not gonna act like that. Okay, y'all, my time is up. I need to wake up my son. His breakfast is done. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in with me. Y'all have a blessed day. And please tell a friend, tell a cousin. This video, I don't mean no harm. I'm expressing my feelings. This is all my opinion. This is not all to bash anybody, but it's just something I just been wanting to talk about. I had been really thinking about this, and I really wanted to express myself in this right. This is not to down another black young lady, but I have to be honest, and we have to be honest with the stuff in our community. We can't just allow this kind of stuff because people think that this is okay, and none of this stuff is okay. So, anywho, thank you. Namaste. Have a nice day. I bow down to the God in you.